I started my career actually in vertical retailing, which means it's a company that we make our own clothes and sell them in our own stores. So I started at the Gap. I worked there for about 9 years. I started in the training program, which is really awesome there. And you get to spend 9 months just rotating through the various brands that the Gap owns, as well as through multiple functions. So I had a rotation in planning, one in merchandising, one in marketing, and one in production, and really got to learn about the different ways that teams work together in order to make clothes and to bring them to the customer. And through that program, got to experience a taste of a lot of different careers, because coming out of college, at least for me, I didn't really know what the options were. And I knew that I loved fashion, and I knew that I loved business, and I didn't know necessarily what kind of jobs can combine those two things, and does that even exist? And sort of stumbled into the training program after an internship at Banana Republic the summer before. Ended up in merchandising. I worked at Old Navy. I did many years on the women's team, and then got to experience the kids and baby side of the business, which was super fun and something new. Did that, like I said, for about 9 years, and then moved out to New York. I worked at Ann Taylor, and I worked in their loft division. Had a great experience there as well, running multiple areas and growing through there. And then decided I really wanted a different experience, and having worked at 2 amazing big companies that made clothes and sold them predominantly in stores and also online, I wanted something that was more heavily e-com based. So wanted to work for a company where we didn't have stores and just focused on how do we sell things online. And that continues to be the future, but that evolves year after year after year. And so I wanted to do it at a company that was the best at doing that. And that list is pretty short, and GILT was at the top of that list. I was fortunate enough they had an opportunity here. So I came here to learn really about that part of the business. I came to bring the experiences that I have on really knowing our customer and knowing how to curate things for her, and just doing that in a really different way. So here it's about curating that across multiple brands, whereas at the Gap and at Loft, it was about creating that within our own brand. But we consider GILT to be a brand of its own, and we think the customer looks to us for having the strongest point of view on what's going on out there. So it's taking that same experience on how do you build a brand for your customer, and just doing that here at GILT.